Have you ever felt invisible? Maybe you felt overlooked, forgotten, or like no one truly understands what you're going through. We can be surrounded by people, yet we could still feel all alone. The good news is that even when people don't see us, God does. And I want to share this simple but powerful truth with you today. God sees you. In Genesis 16, we read about Hagar. Hagar found herself in a difficult situation. She felt rejected, hurt, and alone. She was mistreated and she was running away from everything she was facing. But in her moment of pain, God saw her. And after encountering the Lord, Hagar said, "You are the God who sees me." And this is just such a wonderful reminder that God sees us even in our hardest moments. God sees you in your situation. Sometimes we can wonder if God notices what we're going through. And whatever your situation is, God sees you. God sees that situation. And nothing catches him by surprise, and nothing is hidden from him. The details of your life matter to God because you matter to God. God knows what you're carrying. There are burdens that we carry that no one else sees. The worries, the stress, the disappointments, the silent prayers. God knows every one of them. Psalm 139 reminds us that God knows us completely, and he understands the thoughts we have before we even speak them. And we don't have to explain a situation to God because he already knows, and he cares about what we're going through. God hasn't forgotten his promises. When we're waiting, it's easy to think that God has forgotten us, but God's delays are not always God's denials. And just because you haven't seen the answer yet doesn't mean he's not working. The same God who saw Hagar in the wilderness sees you today. And the same God who kept his promises in the scriptures is still faithful. Even when we can't see God is working, we can trust that he is working behind the scenes. So let me encourage you today. If you're feeling overlooked, remember that God sees you. God knows your name. He knows your circumstances and situations. He knows your dreams, and God has not forgotten you. Father, I just thank you for being the God who sees us. I thank you that we never have to face life challenges alone. Help us trust your presence even when we don't understand what you are doing. Remind us that you know our situations, you care about what we're carrying, and you are faithful to your promises. Help us walk in confidence, knowing that we are seen, known, and loved by you. In Jesus' name. And so today, I want you to remember this truth, that God sees you. In fact, why don't you take a moment and write that in the comments below? God sees me. And if you know someone who would be encouraged by this today, share it with them and let others know that God sees them as well. Blessings.